Welcome to the Diva T-Town. Welcome to the Diva T-Town, where bold, confident women embrace life unapologetically. From love and sex to wellness and reinvention, we keep it raw, real, and powerful. No filters, no limits. Just fearless conversations to help you thrive. Let's dive in with Diva Mia and Diva Cat.
I am Diva Cat. Today, on my own, running solo. Let's see if you have any question, anything, like and subscribe us at the end, okay? Today, we're going to talk about dealing with competitive Asian parents. Me, myself included, I tend to be dealing a lot. I think that's our society, right? In Asian community. I'm not sure I'm sure other community will have the same thing. But we tend to do judging, have very competitive, my kid better than yours, my husband better than your husband, my household be like that. I have the cousin who always have to be competitive. My kid better than yours. My girl's better than yours. Do you know I have some people that they still don't talk about each other till now just because they discuss about their husband's salary. Why would you discuss about that in ladies lunching? I think we need to be civilized ourselves in our Asian community. If your classmate taking 10 AP classes and you don't take anything, it's okay too. That's not your way of living. You want to enjoy your school time, enjoy your teenager. I have to say I'm guilty myself. I pressure my son way too much. Lately, my husband and I have discussion about it. He's about to be senior. Let it be. He doesn't have to be any club. He doesn't have to be taking all AP. And you know what? He turned around, did it on his own. He seemed to do fine and okay on his own. You don't have to be hey, you need to get 100 because your other friend is 100. The other, let's say my friend's son, they are computer engineer making a lot of money. Look at them as an example. I come to realize the light just blanket on my head. I said, what am I doing to my own kid? And he's a teenager. Let him enjoy. He doesn't have to be competitive with anybody but himself. As long as he learned his way through himself, ever since then, he have much happier. Mentally, his grade actually gets better. When he have question about anything, he will come up. Hey, I had a question. I have to study. He does everything on his own now. The pressure is real, but let's be honest, it isn't just about our parents. It's also about dealing with other parents who turning everything into competition. The one who love costly drop how your kid is winning everything and how your child been doing better. And it's okay if your child do nothing. Let them be themselves. How kid can handle the pressure, how the parents can stop this cycling, and how to grateful deal with competitive parents without losing your mind. Let's start with our Asian community because I'm Asian. It's a big thing about this Asian. I might get boycotted from a lot of my Asian or even my own family after this podcast, but it's okay. I think just need to be told. Why are Asian parents like this? Why everything had to be raised on the top. It comes down to our culture, survival, and status. For many Asians, especially immigrants, success isn't just about you. It's all about family pride, security, and providing and proving to all the sacrifice that we are worth it. That's survival mentality. We are survival mentality. I think in our generation, we could working on it. I know I'm working on myself and I am halfway there. If you have all the best grade and you get the best job, if you have all the best job, you make the most money. And if you have the most money, you have the best life. That's not always true. Keep in mind, college is not for everybody. School could teach you a fraction of it. It's helpful. It's not for everybody. What my bottom line is, I think you have to talk to your kids. You have to listen to them. Listen from their points of view and guide them through. If you listen to them, you know that are they lazy talk about it? They don't want to study or they just don't want to get through very easy way. You get the best job doesn't always you make the most money. Define most money, right? But some people it's $1 million a week. And when you have money, you don't always have the best life. And I know some family who have crazy money. They not have best life. They fight about each other. They fight among each other a lot. And listen, they fear totally unfounded. Many of our parents and grandparents didn't have the luxury when it comes to failing, myself included, to judge, to compare your kid with other kids. That is not the right thing to do from my own experience. I caught myself doing it with my son. I am regretting what I did from the past. In the future, you have to listen. Failing, it's okay as long as you get back up and do it again. Be supportive. Pushing them, sometimes it's not working. They might be against you. Be supportive with them, show them your love, and listen. Listen to them. That's from my own experience. So you guys could take it or you guys could leave it. Here's why things go too far. When love turns into pressure, so intense, the kid's gonna feel like they never be enough for you. They never be enough for themselves. And most importantly, it's going to carry on to the next generation. They're going to see nothing ever enough. You have to look at your kid as enough and listen to them. Some kids, they're afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to fall. Let them fall as long as they get back up again. Fall is okay. Falling is okay. And you learn from it. You get back up and you do it again. Some adults, they be doing so good, but by the time they turn 30, they already feel burnt out. They don't want to do anything else. Just not unhappy. By the time they're 30, they were like, okay, I've done enough. I'm not going to get anything further than this. This is it. You could work better, at least for our next generation. So people who never feel truly happy because they always chasing for the next achievement. I think chasing your dream, chasing your achievements, it's okay. Just do not compare to others. Like, I have to be like that. I need to be better than them. Between family to family, even between friends, I have very, very good friend. From her own mouth, she said, she shows people to hang out with. Not every family is up to her standard, I guess, as long as you do not compare. So if you are feeling this pressure, it's not you. It's all about generation. You can always talk about it. And we here to talk about it, how to handle it. I am suggestion, and I use this in my own way, and I used it in my personal life. That's how I do it with my kid, and how the kid can handle the pressure. This is how much your kid handle the pressure, right? You're a student or even an adult and still feeling the weight of your parents. Expectation. It's always expectation. Here what you can do. Understand that the approval doesn't define you. You have to show your truly self. You have to show what you're capable of. Your worth is not tied to your grade, your career, your salary. You have to show them who you are. And you are more than just your achievement. And yes, this is hard to remember when your parents are disappointing. You have to have B+, you have to have A. Trust me, your value goes beyond the numbers. I've learned that the hard way from my own son. I have to step back. I have to listen. I have to hear him. I have to know how he is. If things are not going your way, it might go his way. If your parent keeps pushing, try this. Try to talk to them like this. Let's say your parent keep pushing you with your love, right? If your parent keep pushing you, and you try to tell them, I know you want me to be the best of me, but I need to figure this out my own way. When I'm ready, I'll find my way. Now, as a parent, you kind of like have to step back when your kids say that. It doesn't mean you leave them alone. You still going to be there supporting them. And if you see kind of slack off and you bring up how you're going to handle it. You need help. You need our support. Now, if your parents compare you to others, what you should do, just say, you appreciate your advice. I'm on my own path. Do not be silent. Do not say, oh, forget about it. Let's not talk about it. No, you have to talk about it. Let them know that you're going to be on your own path. This isn't about disrespect. It's about reminding them that you control your future. Your future is on your own. But as a parent, step back and be supportive. Now, you have to find your own definition of success. Some people, success mean big house, big car, good salary. Do you actually want to be a doctor? Or I have a niece who just take the nurse course, become a nurse, and then she hated it. She did that just because her sister's already a nurse. Parents already said, okay, they make good money. You always got to have a job, be a nurse. So she became a nurse. She spent 4 years to become, go to school, graduated. Guess what? Her first assignment, she didn't even make through the night because she hated it. Let's face it, nurse is not for everybody, and I give with all my heart. That's the thing they do, I cannot do. If the other be doctor, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be a doctor. Do what makes you happy. Think about what makes you happy. Now, the laziness not going to drive our household, right? Because the laziness is just not the way you're supposed to be. What makes you happy? Then you need to think about that. That's your future, your own future. But it doesn't have to be the one that looks good for your parents or the one that looks good for the others. Live life the way you are, the way you want to be, and be a good person. As a parent, how can you break that cycle? You're the parent listening to this. First of all, up to you for being open to this conversation. And I'm so glad you are listening and willing to have this conversation. You want your kid to be success, but that's the thing. Pressure isn't the same as support. We have to define pressure and define support. Support is you let your kid be who they are. Pressure is pressure them to be like the others. Pressure them to be good, to be a doctor, very powerful. When I started supporting my son, and he does so much better. So you could think about how you could push your kid without overwhelming. Praise the effort, not just the result. And he was so willing. He was so appreciated. I am proud of myself to do that. I would be like, I see your great buddy, but you work very hard. Keep on going. I'm so proud of you. Encourage them. That's what they want them to improve themselves instead of feeling like they're never good enough. No, that's a no. Teach your balance. Do you want your child to be successful or you want your child to be miserable? Let them rest. Let them have their hobby. Let them enjoy their childhood. Let them enjoy their teenagers' life. Every kid have different strengths. Every kid have different abilities. Why aren't you passionate about it? Your cousins already graduate, make a lot of money. Why don't you think about that? No. At the end of the day, happiness matters. Deal with the competitive parents too, when you have okay, let's talk about that auntie, the one who can't wait to remind you that her kid got into Harvard while you're still figuring things out. And this is how you handle it. Smile and redirect it. When they brag, just smile and say, that's great. How are you doing? When they brag about their kid, oh, my kid go to MIT, and just smile. That's great. I'm happy for you. So they shifted the conversation away from the kid and make it talk about themselves and talk about something else. When family get together, you don't always have to compare about kid do this, kid do that. Direct them to other kind of conversation. Play the humble card. If they ask what your child's doing, instead of defending Twilight, they are exploring different options, and learning along the way. Like, my kid doing great. They fight away themselves. They try to fight themselves. Be unshakable. If they just keep pushing it, just say, every child have their own journey. That's it. The less you engage, the more power you have. Every family always have that auntie. My family is not perfect, and I have that auntie. That's how I know how to talk, and I'm good with talking and changing the subject. Even between friends too. I'm actually got caught on. My bestie was like, wow, you're really good about changing the subject. You're bending the right way. Thank you for that. Good. It's okay to change the subject. Then move on. Success isn't about beating others. It's about building a life you love. It's about building a life together. Your worth isn't measured your trophies, your grade, or your six-figure job. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. If your parents, find a way to encourage without comparing. This is it for today's episode of Diva Details. If this spoke to you, share it with friends, subscribe, and let's keep it conversation going. Not just Asian culture, it's about everything. Until next time, stay bold, stay kind, and remember, you are already enough. Bye for now. This is Diva Cat signing off.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We'd love hearing from you. Visit thedivadetails.com to connect. See you next week for more.
Diva Details podcast and website are intended solely for informational and entertainment purposes. The content provided does not constitute professional, medical, financial, or legal advice. We are not licensed medical practitioners, financial advisors, or legal professionals. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Any financial topics discussed are based on personal opinions and experience and should not be considered professional advice. The content provided does not constitute legal advice. The Diva Details and its affiliate contributors and guests are not liable for any losses or damages arising from the use of our content. The opinions expressed in the podcast are solely those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organization, sponsors, or partners. All facts discussed in the podcast are researched and accurate to the best of our knowledge at the time of recording. Information may change over time. No guarantees are made regarding the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of any statements or opinions presented. It is the responsibility of the listener to verify any and all facts that may influence their decision. This podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice.